Horses, we technically want them to anticipate to an extent in the fact that they should be ready for what's coming next, but they can't be taken over. They gotta wait. All right, Chroi, we're gonna get out in the backfield here. So we're gonna check on how she's responding to our right hand rein here. Hopefully we can see my hands here. It's a great thing about the chest camera. If it's the helmet, you don't always see the hands unless you're staring down, which is not a good thing. All right, so fresh out of the box, we're gonna go ahead and just take up that right rein, see how she does. Good girl. So our prior problem was that we'd take up this right rein, and instead of doing that like she's supposed to, she would check her head to the left and dive in. See what our left hand's doing. Good girl. Hopefully I didn't fix it too much. Good girl. No, we'll get her trotting in a minute and it'll probably show back up. You got it. It's just a bus. You're fine. You got it. Good. There we go. Good. You can see she has a little braced up through her neck and then she's softened. Good girl. Now here's the tricky part, going from left bend to right. There, she's doing it a little bit. Not too bad of a dive in, actually. So like right now I'm leaving her alone. I'm kind of just seeing what she's doing today. There we go. Good girl. Okay. All right, we've had our little walk warm up. We'll see what happens at the trot, because a lot of times when you go faster, things go weirder. All right, Chroi, trot. Yep, let's go. Wake up. Good. So we're going to pick up that right rein again. And there it is a little bit. Her nose is a little bit to the left. She's kind of diving over herself to the right. And we wait until I feel her yield that nose a little bit and go a little bit straighter. Good girl. And you see there she dropped and released through it. So here she's doing it a little bit to the left. We're just going to hang out with that left rein and wait. Almost. And I could help it along by touching her inside just a little bit, but there we go. I want her to find her balance. And there she goes to the right. I didn't even really pick up the right rein, but we'll work with that. And we're just going to wait until she yields just a little bit of that nose to the right and straightens out. Good girl. Pick up that right rein again. There's a little dive. We're going to wait for her to figure it out. And we're just retraining, good girl, her thoughts. There's a little anticipation for a left-hand turn, so we're going to just ask her to go right again. And we're going to wait, because we are cockeyed and falling over. Waiting, waiting. There, good girl. Atta girl. You got it. I know it's the weeds. We hate the weeds. They make noise. All right. So, and she's reached the point where I can start to make a little bit more adjustments, but I wanted to show her just kind of falling over to start with and how to work on that, especially since she's kind of reached a point where she's not as hard and fast about just checking her head out and falling in. So if I need her to yield out, I will engage that inside rein and the inside whip. Feeling the outside rein, perhaps squeezing the inside fingers. Yep, out. There we go, good girl. Out. Good. And again, out. Good girl. I'm going to bring her in a little bit more. And especially with her tendency, we're going to be very judicious about using that outside whip. Unless she's really kind of leaving that butt behind, we're not going to do a whole lot with it. Because she does tend to dive the shoulder. So here she's already kind of thinking about it. We're going to engage our inside aids. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Yep, there goes the dive in. Holding and waiting. Feeling outside rein. Inside aids. Inside aids. Waiting, waiting. A little bit. Out, out, out. Good girl. There we go. You notice when she does it right, she kind of actually drops that head and engages a little bit better. Step up. Yep. There she goes, diving a little bit. Inside aids, inside aids. Good girl. Inside aids, inside aids. Good. I know it's a jogger. Highly suspicious. I'm going to do it two-handed here for a second. So if she's cutting in on that turn, holding the outside, inside aids. Out. Good girl. There we go. And of course we're into the sun, so we didn't see that hip move over as well as we probably could have. G. There she falls in a little bit. Good. Create out. So there she's not exactly diving in, but I do want a little bit bigger circle. Out. Good girl. Out. Good. And walk. I think that's enough to look at.